right, this is a quick one. I just want to speak to my sisters again. I made a video for women some days ago, and this is just a continuation of that video. You see, understand this. You have the power of influence. That's the greatest power you have. The only problem is that some of you are using it the wrong way. You are using it the wrong way. If you understand the power that you have as a woman, you will make your husband do whatever you think is the right thing without arguing with him, without quarreling, without having conflicts. I'm telling you, understand what you have as a woman, the powerful influence that you have. You see, I like to teach with personal examples and experiences. There are times I will want to take a decision that I think is the right decision. My wife will say, "Oh, babe, do you think it's the right thing to do?" Now, a man's ego will come in. You know, as a man, your ego will want to speak. You say, "Oh, I think it's the right thing to do. I'll give her reasons why I think it's the right thing to do." And then she won't say a word. One of the things I love about my wife is she will never have any verbal back and forth with you, confrontation. She will say, "Okay, all is well. If you think it's the right thing, I trust your judgment." She will end by saying, "I trust your judgment." Now, what I noticed that most of the time, before I take that decision, the Holy Spirit will speak to me. The Holy Spirit will change the decision. Then I'll come back to my wife. I'm like, the Holy Spirit spoke to me not to do it. I think we'll go with your idea. And she will laugh and she will say, "Oh, I prayed about it. I didn't just want to tell you, but I prayed about it." Now, you have to understand, as a woman, you have power to make your husband change his mind. You don't need to argue with him. You don't need to do back and forth with him. Your marriage should not be a battleground where you and your husband is always fighting, having exchange of words. As a woman, listen, the only person that has the qualities of the Holy Spirit is a woman. Go through the Bible. The Bible called the Holy Spirit a helper. The Bible called women helpers. The Bible called Holy Spirit comforter. Every quality of the Holy Spirit, a woman has it. So if you understand who you are as a woman, the power of influence that you have, your marriage should not be a battleground. It should be a heaven of peace, a place of calmness. So understand this. You see, in the negative, some women use their power in the negative way. In the Bible, Eve had the power to influence Adam, but she influenced him the wrong way, and he ate the fruit that God said they shouldn't eat. In the Bible, Samson was influenced by a woman, and he cut his hair. She cut his hair and lost his power. In the Bible, David was a great king. A woman brought him down. In the Bible, Solomon was a powerful king. Women brought him down. Same power of influence used the wrong way. Understand who you are as a woman. You don't need to confront your husband on any issue. If you know how to pray, you will change things in the realm of the spirit. If you know how to submit, you will make him do things that he didn't even plan to do. As strong as I am, I have a very strong will. You cannot force me to do what I don't want to do. I don't care who you are. If you stand in my way, I crush you, I frustrate you. I don't care who you are. And it's not exaggeration. Like, I'll frustrate your life. But when I got married and saw the calmness of my wife, she kind of broke that part of me that want to be strong. So that most of the time, when I'm dealing with people, I remember what my wife normally tell me: give people grace, give them grace. So that's the power of influence. She doesn't have to fight with me. She doesn't have to argue with me. But there are situations that she will just say, "Babe, give this person grace. Understand that you are also an imperfect human being. So when you are dealing with people, give them grace." That is influence right there. There are the decisions I want to take out of ego, a man's ego. And she will just pray about it and change my mind. And that's why you have to marry a man that hears the voice of God. Because when you pray, God will speak to him. All right? So, but if he cannot hear the voice of God, you cannot change his mind. There will be fights. Understand this as a woman. You have power to make your husband do the right thing. You don't have to argue, you don't have to quarrel, you don't have to throw tantrums, you don't have to make your home a battleground. If you know how to pray, if you know how to submit, if you know how to talk politely, if you know how to respect and honor him. The problem is that some of you honor every other person that is a man in your life apart from your husband, or even more than your husband. And I've said, if you understand how to show honor, the honor you have for your husband should be more than the one you have for your bishop, your father, your brothers, your sister, your boss. Your husband is your king. If you know how to submit to him, if you know how to talk to the king in him, if you know how to pull out the king in him, you will make him do whatever you want him to do, anytime you want him to do it, as long as it's the right thing. You don't need to argue. You have power as a woman, power of influence. Stop fighting, stop arguing, stop all this verbal confrontation, making your home tensed up all the time. Submit to your husband, listen to him, even when he's wrong. Listen, pay attention, even when he's wrong. Pay attention, even when he's wrong. I was going to buy a car some time ago, and I spoke to my wife. She said, babe, I had a bad feeling about this car, don't buy it. I ignored what she said and I bought that car. That car, I regretted buying it. It gave me a lot of problem. So, but she did not argue with me. She did not try to tell me, oh, don't buy it, don't buy it. Even when the car started giving me a problem, she just said, but I told you not to buy it. You see, understand this. When you are dealing with your husband, even when he is wrong, don't confront him. Don't have verbal confrontation with him, because he will now take that decision to prove to you that he's the man of the house. He will go ahead to do it. All right? So, but when you approach him from the realm of the spirit, you pray for him, you speak to God about him, you respectfully talk to him, show some honor, submit to him. You understand that the Holy Spirit will talk to him. God will change his mind. Do you know why the mother of most men listen to their mother for a reason? It's because the mother knows how to talk to him. Yes. Do I support a man, showing more value for the mother than the wife? No, I don't support that. But the reason that most men are connected and bonded with their mother is because the mother knows how to talk to him. The sister knows how to talk to him. They grew up with him. They know his personality. You married him. You don't want to learn his personality. You don't want to study him. You came to help somebody. You don't want to study the person. You're a helper. Study the person you came to help. Understand his personality. Know how he operates. All right? So that you know how to approach him. You know how to talk to him. And stop correcting your husband when there's a third party there. Don't do that. Even when he's wrong publicly, do not correct him in front of people. Don't do that. You will hurt his ego. Then he will do that thing to prove to you that he's a man. He will just do it to hurt you. And you don't want that. Okay? So know how to talk to him as your king and as your Lord. And you will have him do whatever you want him to do part time, as long as it's the right thing. You have power as a woman. Stop using it wrongly. And all those of you that deny your husband your body is one of the things you do that will frustrate you eventually. Your husband want to touch you, say, no, I'm not in the mood. Well, the truth is, God will help you to understand that one of the things that correct the brain of man is sex. I'm sorry I have to say that. One of the things that will correct his brain as your husband is the sex you give to him. It will correct his brain. You see, his brain will start working better if you keep giving him sex. His brain, the brain of a man does not work well. A married man, his brain does not work well if he's not having sex with the wife. Take it to the bank. God bless you. Bye.